From the court to the track, the gridiron to the diamond, we've got you covered with all things Liberty Athletics on today's episode of Flame Central. As you know, I'm Emily and he's Matt.
Yeah, a lot to get to on today's show. We'll hit the hardwood in just a moment, but first, a former Flame is Super Bowl bound.
That's right. Demario Pop Douglas and the New England Patriots are playing in the big game this Sunday. He's just the second Flame to ever play in the Super Bowl. And this week, we asked him what it means to represent Liberty.
It's a blessing. It's definitely a childhood dream. Yeah, that's coming true. That turned into reality. When I've been talking to the media, they say, "Man, how's it feel coming from like a smaller school?" And but man, it's a blessing. To do this for Liberty too. It means a lot. Liberty was the best thing that could have happened to me. Going to Liberty. Man, I met so many people and got closer with God and growing my faith. So, man, it means a lot to be able to do this and represent Liberty.
A Flame has played in the Super Bowl before, but no Liberty Flame has ever scored a touchdown. What kind of conversations are you having with Drake May to make that happen on Sunday?
Man, I'm excited. Definitely, it's not really a conversation. It's just really in practice, giving him the confidence and showing him that I could get open and being a reliable source for him. Whenever he needs a receiver, hit me right there, and definitely try to get in that end zone. That's gonna be super big, man. I get in that end zone. That's gonna mean a lot.
Give me a message to why Flames Nation needs to be rooting for Demario Pop Douglas and the New England Patriots on Sunday.
I mean, it shouldn't be no explanation. It's me. I'm on the team, and I represent Liberty. So I would love for the Flames Nation to have my back, and that'd be powerful to have the Flames Nation on my back because that's God's school, and that's so much strength. I feel it.
Flames Nation will be watching on Sunday. Best of luck to Demario. Well, you may have noticed a trend, but for the last 5 weeks or so, I've stood here telling you about Liberty basketball and how they're trying to stay unbeaten in CUSA play. That's still true. Entering Wednesday's game, the Flames were 10-0 in conference play, and more than that, they'd won 12 straight games overall, the second longest streak in program history. So those streaks weren't about to end at last place Delaware, right? Liberty visiting the Blue Hens on Wednesday night. The Flames jumping out to an early 12-7 lead thanks to a Caden Matheny three. But for much of the night, this game would not go as planned for Liberty. Delaware led by 1 at the half, and in the second half, they would lead by as many as 6 with under 12 minutes to play. Liberty needed a hero, and on this night, it was Colin Porter. The senior tied his season high with 23 points, helping lead the Flames back. He sparked a 13-0 run that helped the LU secure the come-from-behind win and push their overall win streak to 13 as they win it 75-69. So here's what the conference standings look like following Wednesday night's games. Liberty a perfect 11-0, 4 games up on the rest of the league in the loss column, and one of those teams, Missouri State, will be the Flames' next opponent. The Bears come to Lynchburg this Saturday afternoon as they'll take their turn trying to hand Liberty its first CUSA loss. But let's talk a little bit more about this CUSA win streak. The undefeated Conference USA start has put Liberty in some select company. Here's the list of the 7 programs in the nation that still remain undefeated in conference play. Some pretty big names: Duke, Arizona, UConn, and Liberty right there in the mix with them. We'll see if they can keep this amazing run going on Saturday.
We'll stay on the court for our next feature. We created a series called My Moment a few years ago, which highlights a player's favorite moment in a Liberty uniform. But for Zach Cleveland, his moment isn't a flashy dunk or big championship win. It happens to be as unique as he is.
I'm Zach Cleveland, and this is my moment. So some context on my moment is the past few years, I've grown some fears in my time here, whether that's fear of not meeting my own expectations, fear of others' expectations, and that really kind of took a stronghold on me. And I felt the season kind of coming up, and I felt those same feelings kind of take hold of me, and I wasn't excited for my season. I'm thinking, this is my senior season, this is supposed to be really fun. I'm supposed to enjoy it, and I was not feeling that at all. So I stumbled across the song Stand in Your Love by Josh Baldwin. A lyric in that song goes, "Fear doesn't stand a chance when I stand in your love. And that really hit me, and when I was singing, I really felt that. And so I was wondering, how can I translate that on the court and feel the same thing I'm feeling now? Then the next day, I was reading my Bible, and Romans 8:38 says that there's nothing that can separate us from God's love. And so when I read that, I realized, like, whether I'm in the coffee shop, in my car singing, or on the court, that God's love is always with me and God's with me. And so fast forward to the first game of the season, I was on the bench waiting to get introduced for the starting lineup. And I was praying, just asking God, will you please allow me just to feel your love and sit in your presence and just be able to stand in your love and just play in freedom. And just like that, I kind of felt my fear kind of disappear and go away. And the first few games have been the most fun, the most joy, and the most freedom I've been able to play with. And I think more than any point I could score, more than any dunk or game one I can remember, my favorite moment here is definitely just being able to play in freedom and just know that God's love is always with me and his love is perfect. Not caring about how many points I score, or if I turn the ball over, if I win or lose, but just knowing that God loves me and all I have to do on that court is be Zach Cleveland. And that's been a life-changing moment for me. And just going forward, just being able to live in my true identity on the court and just be myself and give others what they need of me.
See, there's just another reason that Zach Cleveland is the unicorn of Liberty basketball. No, really, it's so cool to see how he's grown on and off the court this season. We did actually a feature on him last year, just talking about his growth and how he plays for an audience of one, and you can see it's carrying on to this year.
Yeah, you talk about his uniqueness. That's the uniqueness of the Liberty basketball program, right? It's bigger than basketball itself, and it's so cool to see guys like Zach come into this program, mature, grow spiritually first and foremost, playing under Richie McKay.
I love it so much. All right, from a current Flame to a former one, Jayvon Maughmer was a key member of last season's CUSA championship run.
Yeah, after 4 years at Division II Cedarville, Jayvon was able to parlay his one season with Liberty into a professional contract overseas. And recently, he shared with us about the opportunity, the challenges, and a former Flame who's helped him out.
Back to Porter. How many guys can they pump fake? Maughmer, open wing three. Bang!
That 1 year that I had was amazing, honestly. Friendships that I made in such little time, it was just incredible to me.
Pass inside. Maughmer got free and lays it in. Great find to Jayvon Maughmer. Maughmer took a little contact. It didn't matter. He lays it in.
Jayvon Maughmer only suited up for the Flames for one season. But from the jump, the transfer guard knew something was special when he first stepped on campus at Liberty.
Coming in on my visit, Coach McKay has done something that most coaches would not do, but he told me where I need to get better, where I need to improve. If I want to play at the Division I level, here's what you need to do. And then mine was defense. He was like, you have to get better. He's like, if you want to come in and play at a high caliber and win games, you have to play defense. Just coming in, I knew that that's the guy I wanted to be coaching me. Points would come within the system, but you could change games with your defense.
Lander driving. Maughmer denied him. Blocked out of bounds.
The senior excelled in his new role, shutting down some of Conference USA's best scorers.
Trying to create some space. Now throws it away. How about this Liberty defense? Jayvon Maughmer doing some work.
We've seen him take out, some of the other team's best players. He's really a great defender.
He's showing that tonight.
The growth he experienced on the defensive end at Liberty would pave the way for him to sign a pro contract in the Polish OBL, where he would become a starter as a rookie.
If you want to play professionally, you still have to play defense. Like, it's going to be tough. The guys are bigger, stronger, faster, whatever. He was like, you're going to have to play defense. And, kind of just clicked in me. It was like, that's what Coach McKay told me last year. He's told me that he wants me starting because, my defense, being a rookie is not easy. Most rookies don't get the opportunity that I have to start in their first year on a really good team. Just him having a confidence in me and also my teammates having the confidence in me, knowing that I could do this, whether it be my rookie year or my fifth year. They know that they have that confidence in me to start the game off well.
Like most American pros, there would be growing pains adjusting to the European game early on. In that time, he would find help not only from his teammates, but also from former Flame great Lavelle Habel.
At first, I didn't know that he was here. And when Coach said his name, when we were watching film, I think it was in the preseason, we played them. And he was like, this guy went to Liberty too. I was like, I did not know that, honestly. But When we played each other the first game, I kind of just went up to Lavelle and it was like, man, I'm not performing as well right now. He kind of gave me advice, even though we were playing each other that day and we were, opponents at that time. Just having that Liberty connection, just him being able to tell me, oh, you'll find it. Like, it's going to take some time. The rules are different. The speed's different a little bit. Like, it just takes some time. He's like, this is your rookie season. Like, you got to remember that you've been playing in the States. You maybe been that guy on some teams or 6th, 7th man, whatever. But he's like, this is your rookie year. You're going to figure it out. The game's going to slow down. So just having his advice as well was nice to have.
Though his time on the mountain may have been short, all that Jayvon experienced proved to be a great training ground, leaving him better prepared for life as a pro.
Maughmer stepping back. Oh, swish.
It's amazing. Obviously, making it to the NCAA tournament, making it to March Madness, that's something I've always dreamt of. All these years, always watching March Madness, you never think like, oh, I'm going to be there one day.
Liberty secured its 7th trip to the NCAA tournament. We got it!
All the memories we made with the NCAA tournament, the Conference USA tournament, and just the whole year in general, getting to know everyone. Being there was crazy, and I'm glad I got to spend it with the guys that I did.
So happy to see Jayvon having some success overseas. Well, in the midst of basketball season, sometimes it's easy to overlook indoor track and field. It's such a short season and the focus is on hoops. However, Allie Zealand is making it difficult to ignore because the All-American is breaking records again. She delivered a show-stopping 428 mile on Friday at the 6th annual Brant Tolsma Elite Invitational. It was her first race in 55 days, but Matt Warner, clearly there is no rest there. You can relate, right?
Right, absolutely.
That time breaks the Liberty, facility, and meet record. It's also a top 10 time in the NCAA this season. The sophomore now ranks nationally in 2 different events, which also includes her record-breaking 844 3K back on December 6th in Boston.
All right, you know what time it is. Rhett McGibbon's here. Time for Warm, Hot, and Fuego, top play, player, or moment from the past week in Liberty athletics. You always have entertaining themes or pertinent themes. Right. What do we have this week?
Well, I got looking at my little theme website and seeing what was going on. National Girls and Women in Sports Day. And I thought, there's been some great performances this past week by the ladies. So it's Ladies Week here.
Ladies Week. Rhett is always so timely. Rhett, what do we have? Let's start with Warm.
All right, Warm. Ify Nwabi coming back off an injury, upper body injury. And if you didn't realize how important of a piece she was for this team, you sure did in the last game. Defensively, had 3 blocks.
Yeah.
Rim protector, and you're going up against one of the better shooters in Conference USA in Beckemeyer of Missouri State, and she kept her kind of away from at least the paint. You put it that way. Took away the drive from her on a lot of plays. Excellent there. She had 10 rebounds. It was her second double-double of the season. Also had 11 points. And again, as she just continues to get playing time, gets healthy, mature in her game, she's going to be a beast. Like, you kind of have the big 3 in Stout, Mills, and also Nwabi.
Yeah, and you see just how the complexion of the team changes when she's available.
Huge, yes.
Totally changes everything.
Yes.
All right, from Warm, we go to Hot.
All right, everybody loves a good buzzer beater, right?
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness, against FIU, the Lady Flames unfortunately would drop this game. FIU extremely good. But Jacayla Thompson, not 1, but 2 buzzer beaters, 1 at the half, dishes it up. This one would go in.
It's like a floater.
Really, she got some good air under that. And then a little while later, again, going into the end of the third quarter, Flames were down. That one actually kind of gave them a little bit of life. You thought they might be able to do it. End of the third quarter, does it again. She kind of has to shrug. I think half of her points came off of buzzer beaters in this game. And hopefully gives her a little confidence offensively moving forward.
Oh, I know this. When the clock's running down, she's like, I deserve the ball here.
Right,
Give me the ball. She has a track record now of hitting those buzzer beaters. All right, finally, Rhett, in Fuego this week, our top honor goes to who?
Yeah, Emily touched on it earlier, and this young lady continues just to be spectacular for the Flames, and that's Allie Zealand. In the 1 mile here just a little while ago, it was showtime for her. She was like, I'm at home. I got family here watching me. I'm going to put on a show. Won the 1 miler, included Sadie Engelhardt of NC State. She's ranked 6th nationally. She beat her by almost 4 seconds.
Dusted her.
Yeah, exactly. Just like, are you back there? And shattered the program record in the process. She now ranks 7th nationally. So Allie Zealand continued just as a sophomore to light it up. That's the only way you can put it.
I was talking with the track SID, and he's like, well, now basically she has an option at nationals. Probably in the mile, and I think the 3K. He's like, she can kind of pick which she wants to run. She's probably going to qualify for both. That's how great she's been this season.
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
indoor.
I don't know which one I would pick. Probably the 1 mile.
Which is shorter? Yeah, probably that. I think that's what I would pick as well, right? Appreciate it. As always, send it back over to Emily.
Well, with the Super Bowl going on this weekend, we thought it'd be a good time to take you to the gridiron for the Flame Central podcast, presented by Ortho Virginia. This week, we got to know new defensive coordinator Coach Quinn, who he is, how he landed at Liberty, and of course, a little X's and O's.
Scheme-wise, like, what are you about? What's important to you on the defensive side?
You got to play fast. You can't tie the front up. You got to make it simple. Being a former teacher, you got to make it likable and learnable where the guys can learn, because you do have a lot of new players every year with the portal and just the world we're in. You got to make it where guys can learn it. We'll be based out of a 3-down, 4-down front. We'll interchange out of those, but everything starts up front. I'm a front 7 guy, and I'm a believer that if you're good up front, you can cover a lot easier, you can get to the quarterback a lot easier, be multiple, but also be aggressive, solve your problems with aggression. So you want to blitz and play aggressive and play on their side of the line of scrimmage. Bud Foster was a big proponent of mine, and also somebody that I really leaned into over my coaching career. So he always would say, hey, Sean, when in doubt, blitz. So I've always had that adage.
We definitely like that. Hey, if you want to listen to our entire conversation with the new DC, be sure to check out the Flame Central podcast presented by Ortho Virginia. We asked Coach Quinn how he recruits in this new landscape of college football and much more. We drop a new episode every Monday, and you can find it wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts, or watch it on the Liberty Flames YouTube channel.
Well, obviously, you can see Dot Richardson excited for the softball season to begin, and she won't have to wait long.
Nope. The Lady Flames kick off their 2026 season on Friday at the NFCA Classic in Florida. Good idea in that warm weather. And as part of that tournament, Liberty will have a game on national TV. You can watch Dot Richardson's squad take on Missouri on MLB Network this Saturday at 1 p.m. A great opportunity to showcase the program to a national audience, and a great opportunity to score an early win over an SEC opponent. Liberty will face 3 top 25 programs in this season opening event as the Lady Flames get a stiff challenge right out of the gate. Matt, this is no different than years past.
Totally normal for them.
Dot Richardson is preparing her group for that late postseason run, which they made last year. Hey, we talk to Dot Richardson all the time. She's a favorite of the Flame Central podcast, presented by Ortho Virginia. You can check it out every Monday. You can watch it on the Liberty Flames YouTube channel.
Yeah, she's a friend of the show. And for any stories you might have missed, maybe softball related, maybe otherwise, you can go to libertyflamecentral.com. We are out of time for this week. As always, thanks so much for watching. She's Emily, I'm Matt. We'll see you right back here next time.